Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to make your first million? And today we have special guest Angela, which is a health and fitness coach. So Angela, welcome and tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
Well, first, Harry, thank you for having me. And yeah,
Pleasure.
the 5 tips. I can only, this is what I did and what I had to learn. Because when I started out, I thought I can train everybody. And I needed first clarity of who I'm going to train, clarity of what my business needs to look like. And that was like one of the important turning points in my career. And that's when I started my company, when I finally knew what I really wanted to do, and I dialed it down. And before
step number one, clarity. What is the step number 2?
Actually knowing who your audience is.
Mm-hmm.
Really, again, speak to the people you're going to help. Again, I needed to know, okay, this is the person who is my ideal client. And then I spoke to them, and then I started seeing a turn in my business. So that was number 2. Number 3, join a mastermind group. Boy, did it help me. Support. Don't think you have to do everything by yourself. No, the mastermind, oh my God, opened up so many doors, and actually my horizon to get to the next level. That, yeah, oh my God. And you know what, also, it speeded up my success. Boy, it went so much faster.
100%.
So I totally recommend joining a mastermind group. Number 4 is no fear. Now, by saying no fear, I mean, I had a lot of fears.
We all have.
Before it goes up,
people just don't talk about it.
Yeah, true. And what I do is I feel the fear, and I'll put it in the backseat of the car, so to speak, and I'll do it anyway. I go out of my comfort zone. Don't stay in your comfort zone and expect something great to happen. You got to be uncomfortable. That's when you see something really terrific happening out of the comfort zone, not in your comfort zone. And the other thing too is perseverance. Keep going. And sometimes I had times where I felt overwhelmed and I didn't know how to get this all done, going. And I had goals, I broke them down to daily goals, very small goals, but I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. I never gave up. Like the small goal mentality and marching, that was another thing where I saw, okay, this is getting better. And now it fell into place. And okay, number 6, my bonus tip is you have to be healthy and fit.
Hey, absolutely, because you need energy to sell, yeah? You have to be fit. Yeah, tell me about I'm a little bit chubby, yeah? Tell me about it. I'm working on the case, though. I'm working, yeah? I already lost 12 kilos. 12, almost.
Wow, that's good. Very good.
Summer, and now I'm getting some inspiration to lose all the 12 more, yeah? So, yeah. You have more energy. But then, Angela, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for being so honest. Yeah, and I think that what you're sharing, about the fear, I think we all entrepreneurs have that. Yeah, at some point, people just don't talk about it, but And sometimes when the business grows, even you have more fear. At some point when I started my first business, that we managed to sell 5 million pounds. I remember I remember that sometime I was going to sleep. I said, "Oh my God, I'm responsible for all these people, of everybody." It sounds really heavy, but anyway, the whole point is that, but also you talk about, that sometimes you feel that you want to surrender, you want to give up, is too much, yeah. And this is also that happened to all of us, yeah. And people don't talk about it, yeah, that much. We should talk about it, because sometimes there will be point on business several times, no, several times. If I tell you how many times it happened to me, I will depress you. You will cry. So let's don't go there. Like, God, can I take so much, and even more is coming? Can I really handle it? And sometimes you say, you know what? I'll find a job. And I don't need this headache. I'll find a job, and that's the end of it. They pay me good money. What's the point? So we all have that, yes. But I applaud you for being so honest and open about it, because all entrepreneurs, we all like to talk about the successes. So we all about to talk about, oh, we make these millions, we make this, we make that. Nobody talks about what it takes. So but then, Angela, tell us the story. So you're originally from Germany, then you arrived to United States with 2 suitcases. Tell us. What made you leave Germany? It's a beautiful country. I've been there. It's amazing. You have a lot of fun. There is beer everywhere. Why you need to go to US?
Well, yeah, you're absolutely, it's a beautiful country. What happened though was I was a banker. I have a finance degree. I was very successful in banking. I was in management. I had a lot of stress in my early 20s. And besides that pressure, like I said, being in a big bank, management, I had to present a certain look, a certain energy, you said.
Absolutely. You don't have to do a lot of presentations. What do you do at these corporate jobs, right?
Yes. And my life was pretty much out of control at that point. I didn't have a good relationship. My job was very stressful. So what happened was but the only thing I had under control was my food. So I developed some eating disorders. I was very unhealthy. I went up and down and was yo-yoing, and it was harsh. And I didn't feel very good. I presented a pretty picture, but inside I was actually crumbling, and I was fighting every day until I said, okay, I ended up in the hospital. This is not how my life is going to end. I went back to school.
So what happened? What happened with it? Because the corporate job was so stressful. Then you have some eating disorders that you eating too much, and then you don't eat it at all, or things like that. Or?
Correct. Like, yeah, I restricted my meals, that I was very skinny because I had to, like present.
Yeah, in corporate, you need to look amazing when you're presenting.
So put a lot of pressure on myself. I over-exercised to compensate with the stress. And like I said, I didn't have a good relationship. I was in an abusive relationship. Outside, it looked all very pretty and fantastic. Behind doors, not so much. And I tried until you can't do anymore. So when I had this
accumulate, like a toxic relationship, plus the stress of the job, plus
it just added up, and then health issues. So after this, I got a nutrition
degree. So you ended up in the hospital in Germany. Oh my God.
Yep. It was a bad situation. I went back to school. I got my nutrition degree just to understand what I need to do. This is what I'm doing. Like, I didn't go to a nutritionist. I got a nutrition degree. So I know what I'm doing with my body. So that's what I started. But the problems hasn't solved. It's not, the problems don't go away. You gotta face your problems.
Absolutely.
So Yeah.
Deal with
What
it.
happened, what I did, I said, okay, banking is not for me. This relationship is not for me. I always wanted to learn English, so I quit my job. I broke up with my
Oh, you
boyfriend.
burned the boats. There's no way
Nope.
back after this, yeah?
No way back. Yeah. And I
Oh
took
my God.
places, moved to the States, and
You
I
bend the
actually,
boat and you sail, yeah? You sail and you bend the boats. No way back, no?
yep, no, well,
What
it
made
was
you
not,
think what made you think that the stage was a good place to go?
it
You
wasn't,
should come to London. We're based in London. London is amazing. Why do you went to US?
okay, I always was interested to learn English, and in the United States was actually a school what offered me a student visa to do English as a second language. That's why.
Okay.
It was the school what actually offered that program. It was a 3-month program. I actually fell in love with the country. It was in Florida. It's really beautiful.
I know why you fell in love with
Yeah,
the country. The weather is amazing. That is sunny. Yeah.
yeah,
My dad lives in Miami.
yeah. Here you go. So it's beautiful. So what I did after the internship, I went back to banking. The comfort zone I was talking about. See my journey. I went back to my comfort zone because I was a banker. Again, I'm in a field where I'm not supposed to be. And I remember when I wanted a work visa and be officially in the United States, my immigration lawyer told me there's no way. There's so many bankers in the United States. You don't have any special skills. You have to go back to Germany. And I said, okay, I don't
What?
have special skills in banking, but I can lift things up and put them down really, really well. I can compete in bodybuilding. And she said, okay, if you can get a world
Interesting.
champion title, if you can get a world champion title for the United States, you can get a green card.
Wow.
I thought she was joking. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I have nothing to lose. So that's where the fear came in. I had fear. The only chance to stay in the United States and getting my green card was to win a world champion title. So I cleaned up my diet, started working out, preparing for the Miss Florida show in natural bodybuilding. It was the Miss Physique class, and I won Miss Florida. Got
Really?
qualified. Got qualified for
Wow.
Team USA. Yep.
That's
I
a lot
went to
of
the Miss
training. A
USA.
lot of training required for this.
Oh my gosh, talking about being consistent, doing day by day. I'm telling you, that's where my tips come from because I did it. I had to. And so when I got to the Miss USA, qualified, I won Miss USA. I was able to represent the United States at the Miss Universe show.
Wow.
So I kept going, prepping. And I remember I had a custom-made bikini with the American flag. I only wanted to get to the finals. That was my goal. So I competed. The show was actually in Los Angeles. Huge show. It was the Miss Universe in natural
Wow.
body.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was able to get the title for the United States and I won Miss Universe.
Wow,
So
really? Wow, this is
yes.
an amazing story.
Uh-huh. So
Wow.
this is what I needed to do to get my green card. So I
Wow.
got
You
my green
really
card.
want this green card badly, yeah?
That's
That's
right. Yeah.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
how bad you want things in life. Wow, that's amazing. Unbelievable. Wow.
So then it was clear to me that banking is in the past and I need to follow my passion, my calling, what I'm really good at it. And that's when I started being a personal trainer.
So you really love that being that's what I can tell because your eyes shine, you know, when you talk about this.
Yeah.
That's your passion. Yeah, I think that sometimes, you know, in the society we follow stereotypes, yes. And you know,
Yes.
you are young, and of course, if you ask your friends, your parents, whatever, everybody will tell you, go to a bank, go to become a banker. And if you tell them, no, I'm passionate about personal training, yeah, do this about hobby, but you know, go to the bank, make good money, corporate. But the truth
But
about corporate is that,
yeah.
you know, we make you, I mean, very comfortable, corporate job. Sometimes depend because it's stressful. But what we find out is, in corporate, you have to be that persona that sometimes you are not. You have to overstep people. It's all about you. So you have to create that character so you can get promoted. And if you're lucky, you're gonna be in an amazing position that you're gonna be cash rich and time poor. You don't have time for anything. You will have a lot of money in your bank account that you cannot even spend because you will be all your time will be consumed, and it comes with a lot of stress. That's in the best scenario. But at the end of the day, the completely different is when you follow your passion because you feel like you're not working, right? And
Oh
now
my God. So right.
you
Yes.
feel like you're not working. And also, let me tell you something, exactly what happened to you. The emotional pain, yeah. Let's talk about, people out there that have toxic relationships. That emotional pain translate to physical pain. Actually, your body take a
Absolutely.
hit. It's not like sometimes, when you are in a toxic relationship and you have so much stress at work and you're pushing yourself too much, yeah. All these emotional, what we call emotional pain, can lead
Yep.
actually to physical pain.
Absolutely.
People can have a cancer,
Yeah.
can have an illness. This is how illnesses happen in the first place. They don't come out of the
Yeah.
sky. Most of them, they come as a result of an emotional. So sometimes in your head you create the illness. If that makes sense. Uh,
So
so
true.
you can literally kill yourself without knowing
Yes.
by the
Yeah.
how your mind work, how you worry you are, and how stressful you are, and can give you a heart attack, can give you anyway. So I think that sometimes, Angela, the worst day of your life become the best day of your life. Yeah? That day that you decide to
Well
the
spoken.
post
Absolutely.
and go to US, well, I don't know. Maybe if you have the corporate job by now, and that relationship, maybe you have a
Well,
lot of money in the bank account, but maybe you will not be around anymore. If
yeah.
that makes sense.
But so true. I mean, oh my gosh, it was the best decision I ever made. And it wasn't easy. It was hard.
Of course not.
And
What your parents
okay,
told you?
because ha, actually
And
my
family,
my dad
friends,
was
that's
one.
the other part, yeah?
Yeah, well, my dad was the one who said I should be a banker. I never had an option to make
They
a
want the best for
decision.
you. They're not doing
So
it. They don't do doing it for bad. They love you.
correct.
They think
Oh
that's best
no,
for you. My parents made me to study
absolutely.
university 5 years because they're professors, that my parents are teachers. So they told me all my life, go to university, go and study a lot. You're gonna be okay.
Yep.
Your life is gonna be amazing. Study hard. I went to university. I studied 5 years. I got a degree in chemical engineering that I never have used in my life for anything, only to make happy
Mhm.
mommy and dad. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I did, exactly the same thing. And when I left, my parents understood, and they didn't, how can I say, they understood and let me go, but they were not very supportive. So when I was in the States, I was by myself. And to be
The
honest
two
with you, I was
suitcases.
too suitcase, and I was too proud to ask for help. I have to say, I wanted to make it on my own and I wanted to figure it out. And I admit I had days, I'm not kidding, where I didn't know how to buy food or how to get gas in the car. I mean, I was at that point as well in my life. And again, I dialed it down. I just get through this day, just today. You got to go through this day. And then tomorrow you think about what you're going to do then. But I step by step. And again, when I started as a personal trainer, I trained everybody I was able to train, and I spent 80, 90 hours at the gym. I started at 5:30 in the morning. I had my
Wow.
last client at 8 p.m. just to get the experience, just to learn, to understand how I can support, help people. the hours I spent in that profession and what I understood is I was very good at sculpting bodies, but then there was the bigger picture of health. People, and I went through this, and you were talking about it, don't understand you can make as many millions as you want. If you're not healthy, you spend all the millions again to live in your
Tell me
retirement.
about it. All the millionaires that I know, they will change all their money for one more day of life. This I can tell you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is this balance, and I understood that you need to create a healthy balance of your career, your health, and we all talk about longevity and living a long life. I talk about health span, not lifespan. What does it do if you are living a long life with no quality? And what I'm doing now is helping clients to improve their health, that they can enjoy all the money they made when they are retired, that they are still able to do functional stuff, to go on vacation, to play golf, to do whatever they want, play with their grandkids. That's what I'm all about now.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it because here from this broadcast, from this podcast, we want all the entrepreneurs to be happy. We want them to be wealthy, but also we want them to be healthy. The other day, I interviewed one serial entrepreneur in this podcast. He has around 3 businesses, multi-million pounds, the businesses, and the guy was vomiting blood. Yeah, because he was the nature of the business is stressful, and to the point that the guy said, I'm running this business, this businesses are not running me. And then he went 1 year to Thailand, and since he came back, he managed to heal himself, and now he has another mindset about the business and how and how he should be running things. Because that's the other thing, the business also can kill you if you don't deal with it. Yeah, I remember my first business, we have a lot of clients and they all want to talk to me, and I'm telling to my managers, listen, they cannot talk to me, there are too many. If they talk to me, I cannot sleep.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, these people are gonna kill me, those clients, they don't understand I only want, there's so many. I cannot speak with all them, So the business can literally kill you if you don't look after yourself. And what happens, and we see this a lot, yeah, and it's very normal. You have business, so sometimes at the very beginning when you are starting, you don't have enough credibility. Nobody knows you. So then you have first few clients, and maybe they didn't pay you. They pay you very little, and then the supplier that's supposed to give you the things that they didn't give it to you, then give you bad quality. I mean, a lot of things goes wrong at the beginning, and you are collecting this negative emotional baggage that during your life as entrepreneur, this negative baggage is accumulating. And if you don't find a way to release this negative emotion, this is when the stress comes. This is when, you see so many successful entrepreneurs, with millions in the bank account, and they die for a heart attack. Or with cancer, and you're thinking, wow, how this is possible? I have a friend of mine from Ireland that we were doing even a big event in Ireland. We were the keynote speakers for his event, and he was a guy that was a multi-millionaire. He only had to work only 4 hours per week. Like the book, yeah, he has an amazing business, very wealthy guy, and COVID came, and they give us a phone call and said the guy died, and we're thinking that he likes to eat a lot of meat, so we are under the impression that because of the way he was eating,
Yeah.
and what was eating, it damaged badly his health. And unbelievable, a very amazing guy, very clever, very wealthy, and look what happened. So when we are entrepreneurs, we need to look ourselves in a 360 degrees. It's not about
Yes.
build the business, make a million. This is a small part of it, yeah. And anyway, when you make the million, you have after 3 days you're bored again. So it's not a big thing. It doesn't last.
True. True.
It doesn't
That
last.
is true.
You're thinking every time, I'm gonna make a million, I'm gonna make a million. But once you make it, you after 2-3 days, you are, man, okay, let's go back to work. It was not a big deal. So
Yeah.
in the end
And
of
it
the
is
day, yeah,
beauty of being an entrepreneur to have that flexibility and there are really no limits. Like you can create whatever you want to create because it's your business. So you always have a choice. And it's interesting when I have like my CEOs as clients, how they actually depend on my coaching because I literally tell them, okay, this is how we do it. This is how we like you stop there. This is when the training is. This is when and having the accountability, even though at that level, it's interesting how this teamwork works and how they like having somebody in their corner taking care of them and actually saying, well, wait a minute, now you got to stop now. We need to take care of this. So yeah, it's fun.
so Angela, tell us, what message do you have there for the entrepreneurs that they are suffering out there, that they are working like Monday to Sunday, 12 hours a day, they are stuck, the business is not growing, and if you tell them, hey, you need to go to the gym, you need to work on your physical state because that will help you to improve your emotional state, then you're gonna go happy to work. If you go too happy to work, you might find the solution why things are not working. So which message do you have for those entrepreneurs that they're so busy that they tell you, no, I don't have time to go to the gym to work on myself. However, this is the time
It's
that
actually,
you need.
yeah.
So which message do you have for those entrepreneurs? For me, for example, it works very good to walk. I love to walk, and then I walk and I clear my ideas, and it's amazing. For me, my girlfriend Lily, she likes to swim. So what message do you have for the entrepreneurs out there that they still don't understand that they do have to work on themselves, and if they do work on themselves physically, then mentally they're gonna be healthy, and 90%, 98% of the success of your business is inside your head.
Oh, yeah. So you just said it, it works together hand in hand. And you can only perform 1,000% if your body is performing 100%. So
Absolutely.
this goes hand in hand. It's almost like a marriage. You cannot separate your body or your health from the business. It's a one in one. It goes together. The other thing too is you got to plan it. You can't just wing it and say, oh, maybe I'm going to really schedule it in your calendar. Make it a point. This is my time. This is my time. And whatever your time is, make it something what you enjoy when you start out. The most bang for your buck is strength training. But if this is not your gem and you say, okay, I love swimming, I love a walk, and that's when I get creative, and that's when I can actually channel my thoughts again, go for a walk. That's a start. You know what I'm saying? So start small steps, plan it into your day, and then go from there and see how you improve. Nothing happens very quick. It's always the long run, and make it a lifestyle, a habit, and then you will be successful.
And then, Angela, tell us a little bit more, because there is one difference, like, that you were you clearly train yourself consistently and you manage to win the title. But it's completely different ball game to coach other people. So how was this process? How do you learn to coach and train other people? Because it's for you, it's easy to get the result for you, but to achieve results in somebody else's, that's also a process because you have to become actually a coach, a mentor. So tell us a bit more how has been this process for you, and how do you manage to learn how to train and coach people?
So I actually do mostly now online. So I transferred my business from one-on-one to an online business, and I do accountability calls and coaching calls. And these are like, how can I say it, like my high ticket clients. So they are in the online space, and sometimes they literally fly me to their place. That's
Wow.
like the super high end, yes. And I'm with them and coach them for 3 months to get them started, or if they are in town. So I'm in a place where most of my clients have their vacation home, and I take care of them when they're here in person.
Amazing.
And otherwise it's like a online based business, and I have them all year round. But like I said, usually they fly me up wherever they at, and I'll dial it in if there is some bigger issue going on where I have to be more hands-on, or I have to get them ready, like let's say red carpet ready or for an event or something. Then I'll be with them for 12 weeks. Otherwise, it's an online coaching business where I have the accountability calls and the coaching calls during the week. And otherwise, they have their homework where they work out and do their workouts and the diet. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about building the muscle. Why this is really important?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. So, what we don't understand is actually the muscle is the organ of longevity. What does this mean? The muscle communicates with almost every system in our body. We have a ton of systems. So, if one system doesn't work, you get in trouble. Now, I'm talking not about bulking up, I'm talking about healthy muscle tissue. And especially for women, it's always like, oh, you're talking about building muscle. Don't be afraid. It's not about being a huge bodybuilder. It's about the cell in the muscle needs to be very, very functional and healthy. So what does this mean? For example, muscle is the glucose sponge. So we get a little bit scientific here. Bear with me. Glucose sponge. So if you eat a lot of carbs, you digest them, they go into your bloodstream, and it's blood sugar, right? So you have glucose floating around. The pancreas gets the signal to make insulin, right? So the insulin is a hormone, what is actually a key to the muscle to open it up and get the glucose into the muscle. And the blood sugar level is okay, body is okay, you have energy. Unfortunately, if your muscle is not healthy, if you're too sedentary, this is so important, you have unhealthy muscle tissue. It's not working. So the key, the insulin cannot open the muscle cell, and the blood sugar stays into your system. So that means you're insulin resistant, not pre-diabetic or diabetic yet, insulin resistant. So the insulin can't get the blood sugar out. The blood sugar goes back to the liver, spills over, and you create this visceral fat, belly fat. Very dangerous fat. So this is the first sign that your metabolism is not working. The other thing is too, if you don't have healthy muscle tissue, your bones who carry your muscle get weaker as well. So you develop osteoporosis. Strong muscle develops strong bones. It goes hand in hand. The other thing too is your endocrine system, all the hormones are communicating. So the signals from the muscle go to your endocrine system. That's sex hormones, thyroid hormones, pancreas, all the hormones. They get regulated through the muscle. Huge system. So we have the metabolism, we have the endocrine system, same thing with the immune system. The better your healthy muscle tissue is, the faster and stronger your immune system is. And fast is important with the immune system, because if you get, for example, a virus, the immune system has to be fast to take the virus over and get it in check. If it's slow and weak, the virus takes over. So here we are, you need the healthy muscle tissue. Same with cognitive function. It goes hand in hand. If the muscle is healthy, cognitive function is much, much better. And it boosts your immune system, your self-esteem. You just are
Look amazing.
yeah, in a different way. If you're strong and you have a good body composition, and yeah, so you go differently through the world.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, and I think that in it's at the end of the day is what you just shared. We need to have a healthy muscle, right? And also
Yeah.
that goes with what you eat. So tell us what are the things that we should avoid eating in order to have healthy muscles.
Haha. Avoid. Okay. I'm not a big fan of highly processed foods and a lot of artificial. I like wholesome foods. But what I focus on, let's put it that way. What do you put on your plate? Not what do you put on your plate?
Well, what you should be putting on the plate. Okay, let's make it easy.
Let's get this one. That's a super easy plate, what everybody can do. First, always protein. Protein first. And it has to be a robust intake, a good amount of protein, not too much. Of course, we can't overeat and have like ribeye steaks every time. You know what I'm saying? But protein first. And why? Protein is triggering muscle protein synthesis. And muscle is actually giving you satiety. So if you have sugar cravings and you go the roller coaster of carbs up and down, the protein will help you to calm down your brain and get rid of sugar addictions and stuff. Because you feel more full. You have a satiety effect. And that's a big topic right now with all those drugs that are out there, GLP-1 agonists, and yeah, Ozempic and all the good stuff. So use protein first, and it does almost the same trick. Now, protein also, when it gets digested, has a thermogenic effect. So 25 to 30% of the protein intake is being burned just to digest it. So it's a huge benefit. Take it, go for it. The other thing too, next thing, fiber. Fiber slows down the emptying of the stomach, so you feel longer full. Fiber is also the insoluble fiber, the broomstick of the colon, so it cleans it out and takes the toxins out. Soluble fiber makes you feel full. So it's helping you to keep your system healthy and having, again, this food freedom I'm talking about. I want you to have food freedom. So the fiber is in vegetables, could be in seeds, but mostly vegetables. So you have your protein, you have your vegetables, and then usually what I do is have a small amount, because then at this point you're already full. If you had all this and if you eat it in that order, you have whatever you want, like leftover for carbs, and they are really usually not that big anymore. You don't really want, but you want healthy fats. So the fats are super important, anti-inflammatory, super important for your brain, super important for your joints. So get the healthy fats in. Protein, the fiber, and the healthy fats.
Wow, that's amazing. And then, Angela, you touched about something really important in your 5-step, which is about the power of the mastermind. And we want to expand a little bit on that, because the entrepreneur journey is really lonely. So when you have peers, when you have a mastermind of people, they can have similar business or different business, but they're all guiding together. It's like the power of the collective effort that you can accelerate the business to the next level. So who gave you the idea to join a mastermind? And do you knew what a mastermind was?
Yeah, I remember very good. It was actually Jen Gottlieb, who is a motivational speaker in the United States. And she was invited at a podcast, and I was listening a podcast where she was talking about being seen. That was her topic, being seen and getting out there. And she said the first time she got seen and got put into the speaker seat was in mastermind groups. And I'm like, what is a mastermind group? And then I started digging into it and following her. And that's how I got started with masterminds. And that opened so many doors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these podcasts are brilliant because people are listening them on the gym. I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people put the podcast.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I've been told that people they put our podcast when they are in the
Mm-hmm.
gym, so they are listening and learning. Yeah, it's a good way to listen to us. Yeah. So Angela, I think that that the we have to, as entrepreneurs, be more aware about to look after ourselves and to work on ourselves. And I think that for all of you listening to us, if you don't have the time, find the time. Probably you are too busy doing things that are not important that somebody else can do. Yeah. But if you take a hit, there's not gonna be business because you need to run it. Yeah. So Angela, if our listeners are excited about what they're hearing about and they want to learn more from you, tell us how they can find you and how the process works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can find me on my website, www.houseofshape.com. And on social media, I am Health Coach Angela. So you can follow me on every social media platform under Health Coach Angela.
So on that note, thank you so much, Angela. I think you're amazing. And I think you have a mindset from success from a very, very early age. And remember, sometimes the worst day of your life become the best day of your life. You never know. Things happen for a reason. Yeah. And and sometimes you're thinking, why this have to happen to me? What I'm doing, why life is being so difficult for me. But then when Steve Jobs suddenly said that you only can join the dots backwards.
Yeah, it's true though. Mm-hmm.
You never know what happened in life. You only can join the dots backwards. But in the end of the day, this is who we are. So I wish you the best, Angela. Keep helping people, keep doing online. Online is very good because you can reach, you can take your business from local to global, which is something amazing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And and your clients, they keep flying you. Yeah, that's amazing also. And I think that for all of you entrepreneurs listening to us, remember what we discussed today. The priority for your business to be in good shape is how, like Angela explained today, it goes hand to hand. The more healthy you are, the more energy you have, the more wealth you're gonna find in the business, because you're gonna have the clarity, you're gonna have the mental health. So thank you so much once again, Angela, for joining the podcast, and for you, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneurs like Angela break that wall and make the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.